What's up, guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to some more Madden 17 Ultimate Team. And I have finally assembled the Christmas theme episode for you guys. The Ultimate Freeze promo is definitely well past us now. Let me check my fake watch really quick. Oh, it's 2 weeks past Christmas? You know what? It doesn't really matter. It's better late than never. Finally have this team assembled with all of the players that came out during this Ultimate Freeze promo. We have out-of-position players, we have Ghosts of Madden that are going to be joining this team, all of which these guys are either going to have the Freeze offense or Freeze defense chemistries active on our team to all come together, and we're going to play some online opponents and see how well this team does against these guys. Now, the reason I'm showing you all this right now, your Ghost of Madden players, which I'm sure all of you already know at this point. We have our past, present, and future players. Obviously, your past players would be your legends. We have your present players, which are obviously like players that are currently probably about halfway through their careers right now. And then your future players, which are going to be the ones that are, currently rookies, and, obviously they have a lot of future in the NFL. Well, I have enough collectibles, obviously all from doing solo challenges and getting the free packs from that, to get myself a Ghost of Madden player for this episode for our team. All that I ask is just not give me a horrible player. And just as I say that, we get seriously the worst one that we could get. Jared Goff. I mean, he still sold for like 100K when the day was over, but still, why couldn't I get one of the present players, like an Adrian Peterson, or even one of the legend guys? I wanted to get a really good player for this episode, but unfortunately, EA had to give me the worst possible one. So Jared Goff is going to be our quarterback for this Christmas episode. Now, away from all of the Christmas players for just a second, we did just get ourselves a normal upgrade on our team, which is the right tackle position. Team hero, Marcus Cannon, New England Patriots. I didn't really need a big upgrade at the right tackle position, but from what I currently had on my team to, then selling that and then getting this player, I really didn't lose that on a lot of coins. I think I actually might have gained a little bit, but at the end of the day, we did get a slight upgrade at right tackle. So your team for the Ultimate Freeze has been assembled. You guys are seeing definitely some pretty good weapons on the offensive side if you've noticed it at this point. But we're going to go player by player and show you guys who exactly we all picked up for our team. So first guy is Jared Goff. I mean, you already saw his stats. You already saw that we pulled him out of the pack. So that's the guy we have to roll with at quarterback. At running back, we have out of position Tavon Austin. Look at these stats. 93 speed, 94 agility. His carrying is increased to an 87 overall because of the Freeze offense chemistry. At the wide receiver position, we have both of the receivers from the Favre promo. Sterling Sharp and Antonio Freeman are originally 92 overall receivers, but with this chemistry active, they are currently increased to 93 overalls. We definitely have two of the best receivers we could have gotten with this promo. You see Sterling Sharp stats, 90 speed, 94 catching, which is an increase to. Antonio Freeman, 92 speed, 91 catch. His is increased as well. 93 spectacular catch. We have some pretty solid wide receivers for Jared Goff to throw to. Now, on the offensive line, I also added Travis Frederick at our center position because of the Dallas chemistry, which increases Ronald Leary and also Frederick. We, of course, have our new right tackle playing over there. And then at the tight end position, out of position, Jason Peters, who is only an 86 overall, but I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with this guy. It's going to be funny to see the big man playing tight end, but look at the stats. 84 catching for an alignment playing at tight end, and then he's got 89 run block. On the defensive side now, we got some pretty good players over here as well. The first guy we're going to be talking about is that right outside linebacker. I picked up another Ghost of Madden. This one's a present player, obviously, Levante David. 92 overall, it currently increased to a 93 overall. You see his stats, 76 strength, 90 play recognition, 94 tackling and pursuit. All of those stats are increased because of the Freeze defense chemistry. Free safety, out of position, Odell Beckham. I had to pick this guy up, man. It's going to be fun to use their Odell Beckham out there on the field. 91 speed, 91 excel. He's got 89 zone coverage too. That was kind of generous, to give him that high of a stat line there, but it's definitely going to be fun to see him playing on the field. Out of position, strong safety, Shaq Thompson, who is an 89 overall. You see his stats. I know I went with a lot of the out of position players, but honestly, if I didn't, I would have been blowing so many coins on all of the legend players and whatnot, so I just had to keep it at some of the more cheaper players. It's still going to be fun to see all these guys come together on a team, but for the most part, just to get this chemistry active, these are the players that I had to settle with. So on the defensive line, we picked up out of position Gary Barnage and Eric Ebron, both playing at defensive end. Now, looking at our current season, we have a 4-2 record. 3 more games need to be won for us to get into the playoffs. Let's see if this Ultimate Freeze team can do that and get us a couple of wins.
Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it.
All right, now that this team is finally assembled, as I was saying with our current season, we have a 4-2 record. Once we get 3 more wins, we're going to go into the playoffs, and we have 2 more losses that we can afford. And if we get those 2 losses, our season comes to an end and we have to start completely over. Now, the uniforms we're rocking, it kind of looks like we're a bunch of elves out here. I like these, man. We have red pants on. We've got green letters on our shirt. I like these Christmas uniforms going for us right now. Now, Tavon Austin on the counterplay goes for 50 yards. I feel if I would have cut that back inside, I might have had a touchdown out of it. And on 3rd and goal, I thought I had a wide open Antonio Freeman in the back of the end zone. And his defender, he somehow user-picked that. Like, he jumped so high in the air, I have no idea how he was able to pick that off. That seriously was an insane play. Now, back out on defense, Levante David already making a big play for us, coming out with the sack on 1st and 10. A few plays later, 3rd and 16 now. I believe that's LaShawn McCoy who he has at running back. Completely drops the wide open pass. That definitely would have been a first down, but he would have been closer to a first, and he might have gone for it on 4th. Had he actually, completed that pass. So, back out on offense, Antonio Freeman, now completely wide open in the middle of the field, finally gets himself a catch. A few plays later on a 2nd and 10, let's just not throw an interception and put up some points, and we do just that with Sterling Sharp splitting the safeties in the back of the field, going in for the first touchdown. So, we're back out now on defense. We're a few plays into my opponent's next drive. About 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. It is currently a 3rd and 10.
Gotcha, bitch!
When out of position, free safety Odell Beckham comes up with an interception that was thrown directly to him. And I don't know if a guy like Odell playing free safety is going to drop any interception that comes his way. His catch rating's probably somewhere in the 90s. But back out on offense, we're handing it off to speedy Tavon Austin, who goes completely untouched for a 48-yard touchdown. This guy has so much speed to him. And after that second touchdown, our guy had enough of playing against us. Now we're going to cut back to our lineup right now. What you guys are noticing is we made a change at the quarterback position. We currently have the 92 overall version of Brett Favre that you get from solo challenges. We're going to give this guy a try. We've got the Favre chemistry active with both of our receivers. Everyone is increased with this Favre chemistry. Let's see how this new offense works. I am really excited to use this Brett Favre, man. Like, Brett Favre is definitely one of my favorite players, and I'm so happy he's finally in the game. And at some point in Ultimate Team this year, I'm definitely going to get myself either the 96 overall version or maybe even, like, when he gets another card, because I'm sure he will, which will probably be a 99. I'm just saying at some point, I'm going to get one of the really good versions of Brett Favre for my team. Now, you're seeing that we're a little bit late into the first quarter. We actually already had the ball in offense. I tried taking a shot deep to start things off, and, I'm sure you guys can guess that probably got intercepted. That's my luck. And then we forced my opponent to punt the ball. So here we are back out on offense for our second possession. And on a 4th and 1, all we have to do is just run a toss play with Tavon Austin. He's just way too quick. And on the next play, a 1st and goal. Look at the blocks my offensive line is creating for Tavon Austin right now. What kind of offensive line do I have right now? Like, they've never done this for me. This is absolutely insane. Tavon Austin completely untouched yet again, going for another touchdown as we have a 7-0 lead on my opponent.
Gotcha, bitch!
So this guy is also using a Brett Favre at quarterback. I'm not exactly sure which version it is of him, but Ross Cockrell comes up now with his first interception on our team. We get the interception on his Brett Favre, and we are picking things back up on the offense. So on a 3rd and 10, James White gets the catch, pushes his way forward for a first down. Now, I want you guys to notice the defense my opponent is running. Every single play, all he did was rush 3 defenders and put 8 people back in a zone. It was definitely pretty hard to find some of my receivers open when you've got 8 people in a zone, but I still found my way to get plays made. Antonio Freeman on the wide receiver screen takes us down to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, the very next play, I'm going to audible one of our receivers. Again, only 3 people rushing, But it doesn't matter. I don't care how many people you put in a zone. I'm still going to find a way to score touchdowns. Steve Smith Sr. on the slant play, completely untouched again, goes in for another touchdown. So, late in the second quarter, honestly, this play doesn't matter too much as we have a 14-0 lead.
Gotcha, bitch.
I just wanted to show you guys this pick that Ross Cockrell ended up making, which is his second in this episode. Like I said, it doesn't really matter considering that there was only a couple seconds left in the second quarter. Basically, we just came up with a big stop, not allowing any points before halftime.
Gotcha, bitch.
Now back out in the third quarter, Janoris Jenkins gets a pick six. Man, things just took a big turn for my opponent. We just started getting tons of interceptions going our way. We get a pick six to open up the second half with Janoris Jenkins, and then we had to, go ahead, do a little bit of a fake with out of position Jason Peters to go ahead and get the 2-point conversion. Now, my opponent got a lucky deep bomb to Dez Bryant, completely destroyed Xavier Rhodes, and then he goes ahead, gets himself a touchdown with Odell Beckham, giving him 6 points when on my next possession, all of a sudden, the tide is starting to change again. Now going in favor for my opponent. He picks off my screenplay, and he gets a pick six of his own. So all of a sudden, my opponent now has 12 points. He's only down by 10, and he is right back in this thing. But we've got way too many playmakers on this team to just let up a lead like we had. I'm not going to throw this game away. So Tim Brown takes us all the way down the field to the 4-yard line. On a 4th and goal, I tried going for it to Jason Peters. He ends up dropping the pass, but here's how I was looking at it. It was 4th down. It really didn't matter if I didn't get the pass because I believe in my defense.
Gotcha, bitch.
Can you say roads are closed? Xavier Rhodes comes up with a disgusting one-handed interception. What a play that was to close things out.
Gotcha, bitch.
Now, my opponent did get the ball back out on offense. Even though that Xavier Rhodes pick pretty much ended this game, we get ourselves another user pick with Odell Beckham. And, we have 9 seconds left, and I didn't really do a good job of showing you guys these new receivers. That is going to close things out for this episode. The Christmas themed team, they definitely showed up, man. We had some crazy good plays, especially on defense. I think in total we ended with like 5 interceptions on defense. That was insane for that second game. But anyways, in the next episode, we are going to debut our new quarterback. It's going to be a temporary one, but I'm excited to get moving with this team and keep getting some more upgrades for us. But anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.